morning. We're here in Kentucky. I can't even pronounce the name of the town. Cadiz, Kentucky. Ton and John Sorensen, part of D Squadron. We're here at their reunion, and it's just an amazing story that Ton has with John. I'd like for you to hear just a little bit of that, just a few minutes of your connection with this group and how you got here.
Well, I can say that I grew up in Vietnam on the Mekong River, just 6 miles of Cambodian border, and this same helicopter flew over my hometown as a little girl, and I'm pretty sure that I've seen it. I don't recall it, but I'm pretty sure because I've seen the Huey over my hometown before. And Mr. Sorensen here was one of the pilots that flew over my hometown, and I have this incredible privilege of meeting him through a friend, and he can tell you how we met. But for me just to stand here in front of this aircraft and Mr. Sorensen, who is my hero, my protector of my town, Tăng Châu, I'm speechless. And I get chills thinking about that I'm actually here, and also because of you, to make this happen. So,
have you ever flown in a Huey?
Never.
Never? Okay, this will be your first time.
So and I'm kind of like fearful of heights. So
me too.
You are?
Yeah, I'm serious. If I climb on top of that tree, I don't really like it.
Yeah.
So, but this is totally a different experience altogether. So, but John's going to be your pilot.
Yes.
Today. What do you think about that?
I'm all in. So.
Well, I got to know Ton, like she said, through a mutual friend. She spoke at the North Alabama chapter of VHPA, Vietnam Helicopter Pilots Association, and our mutual friend Nancy Birch. Nancy is the wife of a Cobra pilot that I flew with in Vietnam, Jim Birch. Well, Nancy bought Ton's book, The Ground Kisser, and it's available on Amazon, and Ton had signed it, and at the back of the book it told how to reach out and get in touch with her. So I contacted her and I said, if you spoke to the North Alabama chapter, could you come and speak to our South Missouri chapter? Just like that, she responded back, absolutely. Well, then I'm sitting there as a national officer and thinking, well, if she can come to Alabama and she can come to Missouri to speak, why can't she come to our national reunion and speak to 1,500 of us instead of just 25 or 30? So we invited her to come to our reunion last year in Denver, and of course it ended up being canceled, as did all of our reunions last year. So this year she came to our national just last month in Charlotte, North Carolina, and spoke to us. And for those of us Vietnam veterans that came back, I came back in 1971. The last Americans were there in 1973. But then in April of 1975, Saigon fell and the communists took over. And the Communist Party even sent a member of the party to live in Ton's home to make sure that they followed the rules. And her story is just an incredible story of courage and perseverance and love. And she and her family have all come and now settled in the north part of Alabama, and all of them are loyal, dedicated American citizens. And I've told a number of the veterans that I flew with, after meeting her, getting to know her, that she and her family are the reasons we were there. And it justifies our presence, and I was privileged. I look back on that year as a highlight, not so much for flying a Huey helicopter for 1,200 hours in combat, but for the guys that I flew with. And that relationship, in my opinion, and I've said multiple times over the years, supersedes all other human relations. I love my wife dearly. I would die for her, my grandchildren, my children. But when you're out on the flight line in the morning and you're standing on top of this aircraft, pre-flighting the masthead and everything, you look out over the other aircraft and you see 19-year-old kids, and I was 24, but you see 19-year-old kids and you know every one of them are putting their life on the line for you that day. And they look at you and know that you're doing the same thing for them. It just creates that bond that lasts forever. And that's why we're here now, and you know, we love one another. We're brothers. We joke and say we're brothers by different mothers. We've got a t-shirt that said, we arrived strangers, we left as brothers, and that's the way it is. And it's a privilege to be here. Scott, I want to thank you for coming up and providing this opportunity for us, not only to get back in the bird that we flew so many years ago, but to have you here and give us this opportunity to share our experiences, not only with Ton, but our families and grandkids and what have you.
Well, thank you, John.
So thank
you so much. Well, we're going to go fly and have a lot of fun today.
Absolutely.
And share stories, and we thank you. Thank you for your story, your testimony, and let's go have some fun. How about it?
All right.